Welcome to Entrepreneurs en Fuego TV show. We're the #1 multimedia broadcast show for entrepreneurs, and we're documenting the journey of incredible entrepreneurs, one digital footprint at a time. Today's show is all about finding your why and the entrepreneurs who have found their why to do what they do. These amazing entrepreneurs will inspire you to do the same. Entrepreneurs like AGNI Winningham, CEO and founder of Tea Escape, a small business that is blending its own gourmet tea blends. AGNI has found a way to blend her past and generations into a brand that will surely captivate America by storm. Susan Moody, Managing Director of eWomenNetwork, Inspirational Speaker, best-selling author, certified success coach, and Seize the Day radio host. And finally, Marta Aguayo, President and CEO of Aguayo Motor Vehicles, who against all odds came to the United States to pursue her dream and to find her why. In this journey, Marta found much more than just business success. She found her life and she found herself. Please don't go anywhere and stay tuned until the end of the show. Trust me, you will not want to miss the lessons we learn from these, your entrepreneurs en fuego. Stay tuned. Welcome to a special edition of Entrepreneurs en Fuego. We're here at Bryce Cleveland's 2016 Micropigmentation Conference. Take your event beyond the red carpet and give your guests the superstar treatment they deserve. It's a replication of your hairline.
Correct. And this is more of a hard edge up.
That is real to me. From my eyes right here, it just gets me going because I'm a marketing guy myself.
Love it. I love it.
Tell us a little bit about your company. Capture your guests' entrepreneurial and life journeys with fun, compelling and unscripted interviews.
The award goes out to the artist who has represented the industry at its highest standards. Dave Hoffer.
You just won an award. How about that?
They're going to think I'm rude for not going up there to get it.
This is an amazing event.
It's life-changing.
Give your guests the best gift by sharing their interviews with social media and the world. Book Entrepreneurs en Fuego for your next event. With that, we're out. I'm going to butcher this, but I think I'm going to say it okay. AGNI Winningham.
That's perfect. Wow.
Wow. Wow. So,
I was expecting for something else.
That's a good sign. That's a good start. How are you? How are you doing today?
Good, thanks.
You are, I'm going to say this, you're a world-class entrepreneur because, look, in your previous corporate life, shall I say, I mean, you've done several businesses and things, and now this is the latest business that you have, Tea Escapes.
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
Tea Escape.
Tea Escape.
Right.
There we go.
So this is really an experiment. It's an experiment in entrepreneurship.
What do you mean by that?
So I've been, I have 3 master's degrees and several other research stuff going around. And then I've worked in the corporate environment for Fortune 500 clients, and then for the government in this country, government in other countries.
You've been
for
everybody
almost
else
20 years. Yeah.
Okay.
So I thought, so do I want to do this? Do I want to retire doing this? Probably not. I want to do something else, do something which really inspires me or excites me. It's a challenge. So I thought, why not start my own business as another new brand? You have to come in and get pain being an entrepreneur, because it's very painful to be an entrepreneur. Yeah, it's very interesting.
Very interesting. All right, so you started this business, Tea Escapes.
You know that, you're one.
Oh my God, don't start. But all right, so you started this business called Tea Escapes.
Yeah.
And how much capital do you have? Tell us about the
start. I decided to start this thing as anybody else, any other mom would. So after I had my daughter, she's 1 year old right now, and I thought, no, I want to do something else. I want to change my life. So let me just put in $500 for this. So using only $500, how far can they take me? How far can $500 take you? So, and it's interesting, it's been almost 6 months and I've been just making more money and not really getting any investors, not trying to get any investors really. I mean, I never tried for anything of that sort or try my own money, putting in my own money.
So let me understand this.
Yeah.
So you take an approach to entrepreneurship saying, all right, I'm going to take $500 And did the idea for Teascapes come before the $500 or after?
Yeah, so I have been a tea lover since I was, so I grew up in India and I've grown up with herbs and flowers and all the, so they do this chai every day. So
Right.
tea is a very integral part of Indian life.
I get that. A lot of people have passion, a lot of people have energy, a lot of people can come up with ideas. What makes you and your tea unique? Why should I go to you?
Okay. So my teas, they're non-GMO, they're all natural. I don't put in sugar. So a lot of good teas we can have by adding sugars in them, but I'm not putting in any sugar, and they are, so my customers have said that they are really good tasting, they're delicious.
And
So-
they
and-
have to be. They
yeah.
have to be, because I can smell it right from here. So let's
Yeah,
talk
I
about,
mean,
let's
if
go
you
about.
open these, you'll see all the real herbs and everything. And,
Oh my God,
and this is a
really?
completely different tea. This is more of holiday, vanilla holiday tea thing.
Lord. I like this one, vanilla spice.
Yeah,
Taylor,
you're
vanilla
getting that
spice.
sample then.
The-
You can
oh,
take
look at
this
it.
one.
I got a sample. Is this for me?
Yes, they are.
Even if it wasn't for me, it's already mine. Put it
My
over there.
mom died 3 years ago.
Oh, I'm so
and
sorry.
Actually, yeah, this very day.
Oh.
Yeah.
But your mom probably had this incredible influence on you
Yes.
growing up, and she
Yeah.
probably made all these incredible
I think
things that you
was,
remember.
Yeah, that was another point. I think that's why I really wanted to connect back to my childhood. So this was tea was one way of doing that. So it's a lot of very. So I'm bringing in things which are not really being used up here in every household. So I have to source my herbs from all over the world, the best places I can, and I put in these unique mixes. And one of my master's degree was in science, master's in environmental science, where I read botany. So I had a lot of earlier knowledge of herbs.
Right.
So yeah, so I could use that.
Is this a way of connecting with your mom, with your family?
You're right,
With
it
your
is.
with your history.
It
And this to me, it sounds like this is perpetuating something that you can give your daughter in the future. Because your
Yeah.
daughter at some point, she's going to grow up and go, look, this is great tea. Tell me the story about this tea. And so you can say, well, this is
Yep.
the story that
Yeah,
she could probably click on this video.
When I couldn't sleep at night, so my mom would give me chamomile,
There you go.
chamomile teas, lavender, use those things. And then when every holiday we would have these different spice chai.
And so,
And then-
and you see, so now I see why your product is not just
I
another
love the way how you
tea.
dig in, and I couldn't. I've been writing notes, and I couldn't really find that why. It's funny. It's funny. Yeah.
But this is the why. This is the why you're doing
That
it. I
is
mean,
true.
correct me if I'm
That
wrong,
is
but
true.
this is the lineage, right? I mean, it's
Yeah,
particularly in India. I mean, you're all about generations and family, much like our Latin families. And you go
Yeah.
back and back, and you respect that. And this is a way I think that you're linking your past to the present and trying to give this to your daughter.
Absolutely. You're
And
right.
it's a gift,
Yeah, you're right. That's true. That is true.
and that makes you unique.
Thank you.
That
And
makes you
then-
different. For me, and I am just picturing this thing right now, is that after my Thanksgiving meal, the best compliment for the meal is going to be a soothing tea. Kind of take me back to India. Maybe it'll take me back to places I have never been. But
Yeah.
thanks to you, now I can share the same passion and the same vision and the same smells and the same tranquility, if you will, that you get by having this particular
That's a
product.
wonderful thought. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. See, now we're connected. Next time that I have your tea, I'll be thinking about you.
Thank you.
We're out.
We're out.
Financial Potion is your full-service video marketing company for the price-conscious entrepreneur. Video is the most effective and economical way to clone yourself and engage with your contacts. At Financial Potion, we'll script your videos, produce your videos, edit, and help you distribute your videos to your contacts and the world. We've helped hundreds of business owners throughout the Arizona Valley across many verticals. Every business can benefit from video marketing, and we'll show you how through a no-obligation strategy session. We truly do believe that video is the potion to relieve business owners of their financial worries. Contact us today to get started.
You have a beautiful company called You Succeed, and you're a life coach.
Yes, I am.
Susan Moody is in the house.
So I actually call myself a success coach.
Oh, all right.
And a portion of that is the life and the business sections, but it's really however you define success. And for some people, they want to create a business, that makes money and makes a difference. For some people, they just want to be reconnected with their purpose and passion and live a life they love. So it's however they define success.
Let me touch on that, because I think that is important, how we define success.
Yes.
The way that I may define success, certainly very different from what you may define as success.
Exactly.
And certainly very different from another entrepreneur or another business person, or just somebody that works at a 9-to-5 job that may say, I am happy, I am successful.
Yes.
So that's pretty cool. Would it be okay, though, to define success a little bit more than we might define success? So in other words, hey, look, maybe I define success as maybe having my house, my car, my wife, my children, all of which I do not have, and
Well,
3 out of 4.
Okay.
But at any rate, wouldn't that kind of breathe a little bit of complacency and not provide me more aspirations, if you will? Maybe I want to become more than what I have right now. And indeed, that is our capitalistic system, isn't it?
Right, but more can be even not just the capitalism, it can be more like you want to maybe find the love of your life. Maybe you don't, so it doesn't always have to be around the money.
Right.
It could be around your relationships, your health, and your well-being. That's important too. I found that really the part that I like is the whole startup and the setup of the business. I don't like the day-to-day. So that's why I've had over 10 businesses, because I start them and get them to a certain point and, either sell them or, close them, depending what I'm doing, and what's working for me, what's not working for me.
How did you deal with failure or with feedback?
So the most recent that I had, actually most of the time I have a backup plan. And so it allows me to kind of move quickly past into the next phase, right? So I usually have a backup plan, but I did fairly recently have one where I was not prepared. And so that one, I had to take some time, like you said, to go through a grieving process and think, oh gosh, I didn't have a backup plan in place. The recession hit like this. I wasn't prepared for it. So I had to take some time, step back, do the grieving process, relook at things and say, okay, now what? What do I want to do next? And at that time I thought, I really can't, and I am married now, can't convince my husband to start another business. So, and I didn't want to go back to the 8-to-5 type of job. So so then my job became finding a job that was going to work for me. And so I always, there's always something, I don't just sit back and just become a victim, right? I'm always like, okay, this happened. What did you learn from it? Pick yourself up, move on. And I got myself a contracting job, actually.
Let me just make a comment, because what I admire about you right now is that resilience.
Oh.
It's resilience. And that little word right there, I think that it's the lesson that I'm learning from this interview, because it doesn't matter what your feedbacks or your challenges are throughout your journey. And I think what I'm hearing is what matters is that you're resilient, that you just go back to it. Have a backup plan. Is that what you would advise entrepreneurs coming up the ladder?
Well, I think there's two things. Yes, you need to have tenacity. You need to be persistent. You got to be committed not only to your business, but to yourself. And that's a big part of it. A lot of times people consider me fearless. I'm not. I just want what I want, and so I figure out what to do. But because I've been able to reinvent myself, several times. I like to do different things. So I actually...
I think you're fearless. I think you're courageous. I think you're fearless. And I'm going to start throwing adjectives, for the rest of the day, because, I really admire you.
So as I put my story into a book, and I actually include my system in there. So if somebody want to know how she did it, and here's the exact process. It has worksheets in there. So I don't like to just give theory. It has some tangible, worksheets and stuff in there for them.
Do you have the book around
I
you
do.
so that I can just show it to the millions and millions of watchers? I wish, right?
Yeah.
All right. Seize the day. Susan Moody, certified business success and life coach. I am absolutely going to read this, and if you can sign it for me, I would love it, man. I mean, this is.
Love to.
In fact, you just gave me like, I'm ready to rock and roll. Bring on the rest of the interviews, man. You're so
great.
Give you that. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And with that, check this out.
All right.
We're out.
We're out.
Welcome to a special edition of Entrepreneurs en Fuego. We're here at Bryce Cleveland's 2016 Micropigmentation Conference. Take your event beyond the red carpet and give your guests the superstar treatment they deserve. It's a replication of your hairline.
Correct. And this is more of a hard edge up.
That is real to me. From my eyes right here, it just gets me going because I'm a marketing guy myself.
Love it. I love it.
Tell us a little bit about your company. Capture your guests' entrepreneurial and life journeys with fun, compelling and unscripted interviews.
The award goes out to the artist that's represented the industry at its highest standards. Dave Hoffer.
You just won an award. How about that?
They're going to think I'm rude for not going up there to get it.
This is an amazing event.
It's life-changing.
Give your guests the best gift by sharing their interviews with social media and the world. Book Entrepreneurs en Fuego for your next event. With that, we're out.
For project managers who are fed up with the long hours and stress of trying to juggle work and family responsibilities, PM Propel offers unique training, coaching, and networking resources that help them solve their most challenging problems at work and achieve greater work-life balance. Unlike training programs that only address workplace strategies, PM Propel provides holistic training and mindset coaching that makes project managers more successful in every area of life. To find out more, visit us online at pmpropel.com.
Marta Aguayo,
Yes.
nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
You have kind of the best business in the world because Aguayo Motor Vehicle Services, that's where people go that do not want to go to the DMV to get their tags, their plates, any kind of, but you also have several other businesses. You're an entrepreneur at large.
Yes, I am.
Tell us about anything you want to talk about your businesses. I like this one that you have, but you also have a tax business.
I also have a tax business, and we also do bookkeeping, accounting. We basically help our clients in any way that we can.
Okay.
And sometimes, unfortunately, it could be divorce, it could be immigration type things that we also
So you fill out the
assist.
paperwork for those people?
We fill out the paperwork,
Okay.
and I don't represent in court for divorces because I'm not an attorney yet, but definitely fill out all the paperwork for them. When it comes to immigration, we fill out things like the citizenship forms as well as
What's
renewing.
going to happen? What's going to happen? Do you have an answer to what's going to happen with immigration, with a lot of people, with this new administration? Do we know what's going to happen? I mean, you talk to people all the time, right?
Every day about that.
Are
the
people
same issue.
scared, Marta?
Everybody is very scared. They do not know what to expect. They're afraid they're going to be sent back to their respective countries.
That's
be
what we hear.
separated from their families, their
Right.
children that were born here. And so it is very out there is just a tremendous amount of fear, especially with our new administration that's coming in.
He's just coming to say hi. Look, he's just coming to say hi.
He knows I have huskies at home. That's why.
No way!
Yes,
Oh.
we have mama and dad and siblings.
Oh my
We have
goodness.
babies right now.
Oh, that's great. And you have fulfilled your dream. And let's talk
Yes.
about that because, all right, so you come here, you take advantage of amnesty law that was passed in 1985.
85 or 86, somewhere
85 or
around
86,
there.
around there. And then, how did you enter the entrepreneurship world? Did you work for somebody else and then you decided to break on your own, or what happened?
I think it's hereditary. My family, they're all, especially the women, we all just, we're go-getters and we're entrepreneurs. And I actually never thought I would be an entrepreneur. I always thought I was going to work for a large corporation, that I was going to be in finance. I even thought about being a police officer at one point in my life. So I never thought that I'd have my own business. And then I kind of, I think getting mad at a tax company that did my taxes, that's how I started.
So you found that somebody was not fulfilling a service that you had contracted them to do, and you figure, you know what, I can do this much better.
Yes.
And I can do a better service for a lot of people that may be dissatisfied with this particular.
Correct.
Service.
And especially because I had heard so many people that were dissatisfied with that service. So I thought, well, I'll do a little bit here and there. And our first year was just working out of my home on my kitchen table, filling out, writing it out, the forms and stuff. And then the next year I just started to grow.
How did you learn?
I actually went to, and I'm not sure if I should mention names, but I went to H&R Block, had a course. And I took advantage of that course because they said, if you're bilingual, we will give it to you for free. And I thought, well, I'll do that and see what happens.
Free is free.
Yes.
There's so many.
And out of that, here I am today. And I started doing that. That was 24 years ago.
And so you started building clientele, and then they keep coming back every year after year after year.
And sending me their family members, and I had never had to actually advertise. It was all word of mouth. And so I just grew by word of mouth. And so it's been a great journey doing that.
Word of mouth is it's kind of a double-edged sword because right?
Yes.
Because unfortunately, even as you are as good as you are, you can't satisfy everybody 100% of the time.
Correct.
There's always somebody out there that maybe perceived that they were not given the proper service or whatever it is.
Correct.
And you have to do the best that you can.
If someone recommends you because you did a good job, they might recommend one or two. If you did a bad job, they will tell people about your bad job, 10, 20 people. Oh, so it can be a double-edged sword that way. But for me, actually, it really worked out great. And it wasn't until last year that I started to advertise a little bit, but not much. Okay,
and then Aguayo Motor Vehicle Services started, which I'm fascinated by that because it really helps a lot of people who may not want to, just stand in line with the DMV and everything else. You solve that. You solve that.
Well, many years
ago,
ago,
come up with that?
Well, many years ago, I thought about it, and I was like, someday I would like to do that. When I purchased my building, I went ahead and even before I had contacted ADOT, I told them, I'm like, well, I need it to be built a certain way so that when I become a third-party motor vehicle, I have it ready. And some people kind of laughed about it, and they're like, well, how do you know you're going to do that? And I said, because I want to, and I will do what it takes to get it. So here I got it. On my Facebook page, I have, it says fearless on the background.
Right.
And that's what I have basically done. I am fearless when it comes to my business, on what I'm going to do, my goals. And that's kind of like what I want to instill in people. Do not be afraid to really go out there and do what you need to do.
Does that fearlessness come from your father, your mother, a combination?
My mother, probably.
I was going to say because you mentioned
she is not afraid of anything. No, definitely not. And my grandmother, who is now deceased, was the same way. She was an entrepreneur and just did all kinds of different things, and she was never afraid. It was great to watch.
What is you've been here for a number of years now. What is the best advice that somebody ever gave you while you were here?
The advice I would always hear was just work hard, and
Yes.
And so I do believe in working hard, but I also believe you have to work smart. It's not just about working hard, and to follow my dreams. It was always that. I think one of the things too was people not believing that you can do something and basically saying, I'm going to prove you wrong. I had a lot of people that thought, well, you were an illegal immigrant at one point. You couldn't speak English. You couldn't do this. How are you going to be that? And so I thought, well, I will be the first one in the family to graduate from college, which I was, and I will continue to have other goals in life that I will reach eventually. So.
And you continue to defy all those naysayers. You continue to defy all those other questions.
And it's really nice to see when you actually finally get to that point. You don't turn around and say, I told you so. You just turn around and say, can I help you? What can I do for you today? What can my services do for you today? So that's kind of like my way of saying, there you go.
Success is the best revenge.
Yes. It's really funny because I have a tattoo that says exactly that. The best revenge is massive success. And in my daughter as well. That is.
I'm a psychic.
You are. How did you know? I don't know.
I will tell you, but then if I told you, I'd have to kill you. You don't want that.
No. I have a lot of people to help still.
Exactly. Marta Aguayo, you're really an inspiration. I got to tell you my profound respect. Thank you for coming on the show. And this is the type of story that I know I will click over and over again because this morning, for instance, I woke up, I'm a little bit down, and then I clicked on one of the interviewees, one of the guests that we had interviewed, and he had an inspiring story. And I was listening to his interview, and it just, my whole outlook for the day changed.
Right.
And that's today's interview, today's story that you're telling, that you're sharing with us, will be the same thing. Next time I'm feeling a little bit down, all I got to do is click on this story, and I will start feeling better.
Thank
I'll
you.
start feeling
I appreciate
good.
that.
You're an amazing woman.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, I appreciate it. Aguayo Motor Vehicles Services. Remember that.
Yes.
Yes?
And Aguayo Financial Solutions.
And Aguayo Financial Solutions.
Right.
And what else? You're going to conquer the world.
Aguayo
man.
Tax and Accounting Services.
What else?
Probably eventually it'll be attorney at law. I don't know. That's definitely in the back there, kind of waiting for me to do something with it.
Do me the honor of taking us out. So all you got to say is, with that, we're out.
With that, we're out.
Hello, I'm Carmen Payne, the owner and creator of SOAR Transformational Life Coaching. SOAR TLC helps you gain clarity in aspects of your life so you feel empowered to make decisions in order to create the changes in your life you desire. I encourage you to take that leap of faith in yourself. You can change your circumstances and you can be in control and a victor of your situation. To get started, please call or email me or schedule an appointment on my website.
Here's what I learned from these incredible entrepreneurs. There are many reasons why people become entrepreneurs: personal satisfaction, creative independence, financial autonomy, and more. Yet all these have one thing in common. At the core, they're all about freedom and passion. The great thing about passion is that it's infectious. And a great story doesn't have to be dramatic, just genuine. German philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche once said, "He who has a why can endure anyhow." Knowing your why is an important first step in figuring out how to achieve the goals that excite you and create a life you enjoy living versus merely surviving. Indeed, only when you know your why will you find the courage to take the risks needed to get ahead, stay motivated when the chips are down, and move your life onto an entirely new, more challenging, and more rewarding trajectory. To view the full interviews of these amazing entrepreneurs and so many more, go to the Entrepreneurs en Fuego on YouTube channel and subscribe. And please go to thetopfoundation.org to support content like this. Until next week, with my glasses off, we're out.
I'm Linda Gomez, creator of Full Lips. Do you want fuller lips? Try Full Lips. Full Lips is the temporary, inexpensive, easy way to get fuller lips in seconds. No chemicals, no injections, just fuller lips.
To order, go to fulllips.com.